Welcome to Trapping Inc. I'm Rich Mellon. I'm here with Garett Tully, and we are in Saskatchewan. So if we're in Saskatchewan, you know what we're doing. We're chasing coyotes. And Garett, you have a system where you run 20 baits and you sleep 20 baits.
Yep.
And we're out going to be checking today. We're busy.
We're busy today. We are very busy. We got 18 baits we got to check.
So we're standing here in front of a farmhouse. This is an old abandoned farmyard. And when I talked to Garett about this over the phone, he said, well, we're going to do a bunch of farmyards. And I thought, what? Well, when we look around here, there's just no other trees.
No, I mean, all this stuff was planted. I think some of these yards are probably 80, 90, 100 years old. And I mean, obviously abandoned now. And they're out in the middle of nowhere, but this is it for trees. So, it attracts everything. There's lots of birds are going to be here with the trees. You put a bait in here and the birds are bringing the coyotes.
And that's what we need. So it's going to be a lot of traveling, quite a big area today, but we're going to be doing power rams for coyotes.
Trapping is the cornerstone that Canada was built on. Brave and sometimes crazy men and women, fueled by the lucrative fur trade, explored and mapped our great nation. Hundreds of years have passed since then, but trapping still remains vibrant, strong, and steeped in the ancient traditions. The fur bearers still follow the old paths and live as dictated by thousands of years of instinct. Fur only gets prime in the harsh temperatures of winter, and trappers must respect and prepare for the weather. Trapping's past is firmly rooted in history, but today, the gear and techniques have changed. Canada is still known for the best wild fur in the world, and today our pelts are sold on the global market. Our community is large, and our numbers are growing. We are trappers. This is what we do and where we belong. Join us in our adventures. Welcome to Trapping Inc., the face of today's trapper.
You weren't kidding. This is thick.
Oh, it's really thick, but it funnels them in nice.
How's it looking?
I don't know. I'll have to take a look. It might not be good.
You're saying you don't have that, haven't had that bad of number of shoulder mite this year?
No, not like some areas. It hasn't been too bad this year, but it's around. I mean, it's just the way it is. Oh, that's all right. Just the hair's pulled up.
Oh, just in the snare?
Yeah, I was just pulled into the snare.
There you go. Okay.
Just a young one. And I said I like to keep my tethers away if I can. So here's the trail, and the coyote died back over there. So he wasn't anywhere near the trail. Little trick in snow, put a stick down.
There you go.
It holds your snare up.
How many snares do you have at a bait?
This one's got 12. It can be anywhere from 2 or 3 to, I think I've been up around 30 at times in places. Depends on the spot, how many trails you need to cover.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. HALFORD'S, unique beyond compare. HALFORD'S Belial Traps, first in the forest. BelialTrap.com. And by Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine, Alberta's only hunting, fishing, and trapping magazine.
HALFORD'S new showroom is now open and the shelves are full. We have all the gear you need for the upcoming season, and it's all in stock now. Snaring coyotes? We got you covered. We have pre-made snares for free hanging and power rams, snare making kits, as well as swagers, ferrules, cables, and locks to make your own snares. We have pallets of snare cable of every size and type. We have support wire and tie wire. We have certified body grips by all the major manufacturers in all sizes and applications, as well as setters and safeties and trap boxes and trap supports and trap dies and treatments. If footholding is your game, we have exactly the foothold traps you need in every brand and size, from muskrat to wolf. For fur put up, we have a huge selection of skinning knives, both flat and round fleshing beams, and forming boards, and the best fleshing tools available. HALFORD'S has got you covered, no matter what your species. Demand has been huge for years, so you better come in before the best selection is gone. HALFORD'S, built on the traditions of honesty, integrity, and service.
Okay, so
And I just knew the trail was coming right here. It's close. I would keep them about that distance off, and I'd big enough to get your hand through. All there is to it.
do you just leave it loose then?
Yep.
Don't bother with the with anchoring that at all.
No. Unless I need to. Unless it, I mean, if it doesn't stay, then you got to. But, and some I do. You know, I mean,
I guess in a way, I mean, when you think about that, now that I look at that, when he bangs into it, it's going to fall over, and it's even harder for him to get off. Then,
it's going to pull it right down on him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to put his, especially because they're coming in this way, in theory, he's going to pull it. All he has to do is touch it, and that snare's going to come over. It's going to fall down, and it's pulled tight.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
In my mind, that's how it works.
Took 4 seconds to learn something new.
Yeah.
You're slow.
2 years ago, this was my top producing bait in here, and that spot down there where we got that coyote, that's still my top catching spot. But I mean, it's prime location. I've got 3 cattle farms, a half mile this way, 3/4 a mile this way, and a mile that way. I mean, it's just.
So they travel then. I'm kind of getting a sense here, like down here, it's very, very open.
Yeah.
But they're traveling from feature to feature.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is kind of like the nexus point between all these cattle farms.
If you've got cattle, you're going to have coyotes. I mean, even if guys don't think they've got coyotes around their cattle, they do. I mean, you may not see the coyote, but you're going to see the tracks. And I mean, this is just, you know, when the cattle or the coyotes are around the cattle, they have to go bed somewhere, so they travel. And there's a big deep coulee that runs between one cattle farm and another one, just 3 to a mile to the west here. Well, it's just where they are. You know, there's another big deep coulee to the east. It's just a good spot. I mean, you don't kill 40 coyotes in here if it's not a good spot.
Well, there we go, a double.
Double, side by side doubles. I was hoping for the triple on that one, but I'll take a double.
Very nice.
It's a small one, but it's got good color.
Yeah, it's nice and light, huh?
Yep. Hey, nice. Yep, that's a good coyote. Not big, but we're lucky here. All our coyotes, for the most part, are going to go 1X or 2X, even the pups. So, I mean, I don't mind catching pups. I mean, their fur is going to be like, that's a bigger coyote. That's a dark coyote there. But, I mean, this coyote, it's soft. Like, it's just, that's a
beautiful.
It's a really, and It's, you can't feel it, but it's this one's really soft. That one will be rougher.
And now for Halford's Trapper's Tip of the Week.
The business end of a power ram, the snare, they're kind of highly specialized. They're built differently than any other snare we use. I just buy them. I buy them by the dozen. It's easy for me, and I only use probably 100 in a wintertime. The big high volume coyote guys though, like Garett, will use 5, 6, 7 times that in a winter. And so he likes to build them. Take a look at how fast this man can build a snare.
So to start, you just take your tag end on your loop and a 1/16 double ferrule. Come in 1 inch. Just pinch it with your thumb. Just get it bent. That's the bow of the cable.
So you've actually gone sideways to the bow.
It's gone sideways to the bow, yeah. Bring your ferrule up. I push it through so that the tag end's sticking through. Get it in your snare press. I make sure the loop of the snare. Feed it through. Now you've built your snare. That's the basic snare. Now we just have to build the end for the ram. Start with a ram nut. Just an annealed, I believe it's a 3/8 nut. Washer and a 3/32 aluminum stop. You're gonna measure in 2.5 inches, and again bend it across sideways to the bow of the cable. You're gonna feed your hardware onto it. Get your ram nut down, stick it in the press. Get a good press down. That's solid, not going anywhere. Now about another, just a shade over 1 inch gap between the ram nut and the 3/32 stop. Press that down, and that's all there is to it.
That was Halford's Trapper's Tip of the Week.
So go slow here.
Okay.
Because
so the way I set them,
people are terrified of these, and rightly so.
You need to be cautious. Don't be scared, but you need to pay attention. I get your trigger, so it's away from you. I get my foot right close on the spring, and you got to keep your. The main thing is you don't get hit in the face if something goes wrong. So when you bring your snare down, if I let this go, my shin's gonna be hurting, but I'll still have all my teeth. And
guys like you and me, we ain't pretty without teeth.
No, that's right. I mean, I'd have to grow a big beard to hide it then. And that's all there is to it. I mean, if the snare slipped this way, yeah, it's gonna hurt, but you're gonna have your teeth. That's kind of the big one, is you don't end up with a broken nose.
There's too many old trappers without teeth.
Exactly.
We don't need to live up to that.
No, prefer to be a decent looking trapper if I can be. And I tie my wires off more permanently, just for speed. When they break, you put a new one on.
Oh, I see. You have it on the one side.
I've got some. I've tried it, running it through through the eyelet here, and I ran into some problems. When the snare went off, the wire hung up in the notch, and you didn't get a full deployment. Didn't spring it totally. It still killed the coyote, but it just gives them more time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see the trail faintly. You can more feel the trail. You can feel how hard it is. And I usually go.
That's a really good tip, man.
Yeah. Well, that's in deep snow. That's the best way to find a trail. And there's a spot we'll hit later today where it's deep snow. When I walk off the trail, I'm about here. I can walk on the coyote trail instead of walking on the ground.
There you go.
So, but I like them like that. And it's about that high. You go a shade higher. It doesn't really matter.
That's one thing that there's a lot of guys especially in Alberta. We don't run rams there very often. They're getting more popular now, but a lot of them don't believe how low you guys set your snares.
Well, I mean, if you look, I don't know if we can. If he's standing, I mean, that's
yeah, and
pretty much.
And when you watch a coyote walk through the bush, How often is his head up?
Yeah, they're slinking. That's,
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I just caught one the other day. It was 47 pounds, and I know it was on a snare that height.
Yep.
Big coyote. He's better than I thought he was. Really good belly.
Yeah?
Really good belly. Oh yeah.
So this is the good stuff when it comes to coyote bait?
Well, this is pretty good stuff. Yeah.
Tell me what we're looking at here.
This is just what's left over from the farrowing barns, from a pig barn. Stillborn piglets and afterbirth. And it's got an aroma to it. Whew.
Yeah, when you're talking about your pig soup, I didn't know exactly what the heck you were talking about.
Well, you got to call it something to get yourself through the day. That should be good for a couple days.
There we go.
Yeah. Nice dog. That's a nice pale one.
Yeah. I'm so damn envious.
Well, and this is a spot that I'd called the landowner to get permission in another spot. And, you know, it's how your name gets around and how you get permission. Is he told me about this spot down here, that he was rents it or something like that. But, you know, I called the guy who manages it. He always absolutely wanted me to come down here and snare. From that, I got 2 more spots. So, I mean, landowner relations is, without it, you're not doing it. I mean,
Permission is so important, and that's
Number
one
one.
of the things as especially coyotes snaring becomes more popular. There's a lot of respect that has to take place between the trapper and the landowner.
oh, absolutely. Like, you know, I mean, all the baits that I set, I come back once the snow is gone, and I pick up all the bones. I make a loop through the bush, and I mean, you try and get everything you find, and I haul it all back out, so when I'm done, there's nothing left. I mean, the only thing you might see is some pieces of ribbon laying. I mean, that's about the only thing you'll ever find. I mean, you pick everything up.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Argo UTV, any season, any terrain. ArgoUTV.com. Puma Knives, knife maker to the world since 1786. And by Carl Zeiss Sport Optics, we make it visible. Gentech-intl.com.
HALFORD'S new showroom is now open and the shelves are full. We have all the gear you need for the upcoming season, and it's all in stock now. Snaring coyotes? We got you covered. We have pre-made snares for free hanging and power rams, snare making kits, as well as swagers, ferrules, cables, and locks to make your own snares. We have pallets of snare cable of every size and type. We have support wire and tie wire. We have certified body grips by all the major manufacturers in all sizes and applications, as well as setters and safeties and trap boxes and trap supports and trap dies and treatments. If footholding is your game, we have exactly the foothold traps you need in every brand and size, from muskrat to wolf. For put up, we have a huge selection of skinning knives, both flat and round fleshing beams, and forming boards, and the best fleshing tools available. HALFORD'S has got you covered, no matter what your species. Demand has been huge for years, so you better come in before the best selection is gone. HALFORD'S, built on the traditions of honesty, integrity, and service.
Wow. This is this year's catch.
That's, yeah, a lot of that's just in the last month.
You know what's remarkable, and you fellas in Saskatchewan are the kings of it. You're the kings of hard work. I know people who do lots of coyotes in Alberta, but they have somebody else skin and board that.
Oh, not me.
You're doing it all.
Yep, I bring them in, I skin and everything there, stretch them all right here.
So you skin, there's where you skin, you hang and skin,
Yep.
and then you get them on your...
I go on, I stretch on wire and they go here till they're ready. Actually, these are just about ready to come off. I go by once the tails are stiff.
You've got it nice and hot in here. And
Oh yeah. You like to walk up on. And this, actually, you can see how this isn't even tight.
look at that, huh?
Like that.
That was over so fast it never moved.
Like he did, looked like he spun a circle. He knocked that tree off. That was it. And that's not a small coyote.
It's beautiful.
But
though.
this is what, like that's not even pulled tight. That,
Nope.
that snare put him down.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I just love power snares.
There's a lot of people that are against them because of the expense and you know some people believe that they're more work or whatever. I don't know that they're any more work.
You know what, I haven't had a lot of experience and really no experience with free hangers, so I can't compare them. But
Holy,
that's a nice coyote. Yep.
not ever.
Nice belly. That's a nice coyote.
Look at that. Male.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I was gonna guess female.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful
there-
though.
there. You know, and even if I you know, having gotten used to using the power rams, I like them. I mean, they kill well. You know, and
Well, to me, that's always the overriding factor is how well we dispatch the animal.
yeah.
I don't, you know, when I trapped when I was a kid and that, we were foot holding everything and we had the old style footholds and you know, the animals would freeze to death in
Yep.
between checks and that.
Yep.
We didn't know any different.
No, and that's the way it was, you know, 5-6 years ago. But like, and that's, you know, I hear a lot of people say, you know, it's just a coyote. It's just a coyote. They still deserve a quick death.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, there we go. It's like a field of coyotes that's
Yeah.
spread out in front of us here.
That's a pretty good day.
21.
21 coyotes. Yeah.
21 and the one red fox.
And one red, yeah. 4 coyotes didn't come back with us, but 17 did.
I really love coming to Saskatchewan because you guys have such a wonderful province to begin with, and you're blessed with so much game and especially the coyotes.
They're everywhere.
You guys are inventive and resourceful, and I mean you really know how to get the job done with this stuff.
Yeah.
I want to thank you.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you very much.
It was fun. No, it's fun. It's always fun taking someone out and showing them what I do.
And remember, if you haven't got snares hanging or traps set, you're not catching. So we'll see you out in the line.
You can keep up with all the action at trappinginc.com or join our Facebook and YouTube sites.